Alright, so this is Shadow Fox and Golds. Welcome back to our third installment of Final Fantasy VI.
Pow!
Pow! If you want to learn how to play the game, this room right here, you just talk to all the NPCs and they will give you all the information you need.
To succeed,
Yes.
including a save point.
Right, yeah. Environmental science, save points, monster in the boxes.
Environmental science?
Yeah.
Oh my god, a Lobo! If you haven't figured out how to beat them yet.
Yes. Basically, this is just a demo. Hey, there could be monsters in the boxes, but if you actually want to get something of value from the fight, steal a tonic from them, because otherwise you don't even get any treasure from this.
Well, you get a little experience, right?
Yeah.
And 30 GP.
Yep. 30 Gs.
That gold points.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was amused that I figured that out. That's sad. I'm learning.
I know.
I've come a long way. So, what are they guarding this book here? Is that a diary with a little heart on it?
Yeah. I like that. Harvest Moon.
If you haven't checked out that Let's Play, you need to get right to it, because it's probably one of the best Let's Plays we've done in this entire series.
Now from a game developer standpoint, I'm really interested in the use of the actual same sprite probably 30 times in the first town right here, because all these are just the scholar sprite.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, what are they guarding? A book. Imagine that, a scholar guarding the book.
So I don't know, I have a real hard time keeping that many of the same sprite in the same area. Try to mix it up a bit.
Is that a rabbit on a cabbage?
Yes.
Called a leafer.
Yes.
Clever. Good job. So my thing about this world map that I really do like is that it has a little sub-map on the right.
Yes.
And I think that's ingenious because their earlier games are horrendous about maps. Whether it be press the select button or not have a map at all. And I'm glad about this game. Even though I'm never going to play it, I'm just glad that during this playthrough there is one, so I kind of have an idea of where we are.
There actually is a map from Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, I won't ever find it.
There's a witch's cave at the beginning of that game where you can talk to brooms. And they say press select and B, but the text is all backwards. So it's pretty easy. Oh yeah, it's obviously backwards. So if you decipher that, go outside and press select and B, then a world map will open up.
You don't have to collect it?
No.
Jeez, alright, well I'll go tonight and play that. Finally, I can actually play that game, because I swear I've been on that boat so long, never knowing where to go. But anyway, scorpions are in, aren't those like ancient elves or something?
Probably, for all I know.
Alien ruins.
I've never seen that name used on anything else before. This is the only Final Fantasy I've seen that. To my knowledge.
This is definitely not a cameo character in my opinion.
But, I could be wrong. They'd probably wisened up and be like, oh, why don't we just call them scorpions? Oh, yeah!
Brilliant! I'm telling you, there's got to be somebody in that boardroom that's going to raise their hand and be like, that's dumb. But there's never that guy. You got to speak up, especially if you're a developer.
Right there, I moved both the characters to the front row instead of the back row, just because there's the next fight coming up, you get attacked from behind.
Yeah.
And so it's more beneficial, you take less damage if you're in the front row, because then it'll move you to the back row once you get attacked from behind.
Either way, back door's always open, so proceed with caution.
Yes.
Noise blaster.
Buy a noise blaster and a bio blaster. Don't worry about the auto crossbow, because you get that automatically.
Ah, double auto step.
Exactly.
What? Yeah. Deal with it. So this guy also sells you probably like tonics or something? Potions?
Yeah, it's just a normal item shop. Now, if you do wait till later and put a certain character at the front of your party who we're soon to meet, you will actually get a half-price discount. Now, he can't just be in your party, he actually has to be the character, and it's this guy right here, who's obviously the king of this village.
I'm going to point out a text error. That was called Phoenix Down with an F instead of a PH like it is in almost all the other ones.
There actually is a reason for that. It's because in the 16-bit cartridges, they didn't have enough information to store Phoenix Down as one word in the text box.
Really?
So they just shortened it and put an F and dropped an O.
The more you know.
Yeah.
That's clever how they did that, because otherwise they would have had to name it something completely different and nobody would have any idea what it is.
Yes, and if you play through the original Final Fantasy 1 cartridge, the remakes are a little bit better, but the original Final Fantasy 1 cartridge, they abbreviated the crap out of everything just because they didn't have enough space to fit it in their little text boxes.
Nice. Oh. I learn more and more about Final Fantasy playthroughs when I play or watch.
Yes. Helps when I've been with them from the beginning on a whim.
Ha, this is true. Good story. Good story. So, what castle are we in anyway?
We are in Figaro Castle.
Figaro.
At the previous town, the mayor, or not even the mayor, like Arvin, like the returners guy from Narsh, recommended lock taker to Figaro first so they can find out what's going on.
Right, because nobody knows who she is.
Yes, exactly.
But she just has a strange dependent on her, right? And that's about it.
Yeah, she was working for the Empire for a bit, but it's because she was enslaved by them, basically, so they're trying to...
That could be sexual.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have Kingdom of Chocobos. I like it.
Yes.
It's a highly useful bird species.
You know, I heard that, and they take it one step further in the next Final Fantasy, as I'm sure many of you know.
And that's the 7th installment?
Yeah, that's when you can breed them.
Oh, well. What's wrong with Father? Are you blind? Yes, actually.
Blink, what?
Oh, man. I never knew you were blind. Yes, it's a tragedy. See ya. Tears. Yeah, maybe he was crying over something. It's too manly tears.
And here we're introduced to Edgar's twin brother, Sabin.
I'll say if you didn't know that, you didn't even get time to look at it. There it is, Sabin. And that little girl's name is Molly, if you need to know.
Yeah. That little conversation right there is the only mandatory conversation to continue on with the storyline here. The rest of the NPCs to say, like, allude to the Empire being kind of bad and Edgar being a womanizer.
Should I do it?
And there's even a pedo scene. I'm surprised I didn't actually talk to her in this scene, but there's a little girl.
Yeah, Molly.
That's like 10 or something like that in the castle, and if you talk to her, she alludes that Edgar said he's going to marry me when I grow up.
Yeah, Molly.
So, right up Shadow Fox's alley there.
He takes it, never mind.
What about the portal?
Oh, Polka, how I miss you. And my little girls and umbrellas.
This guy, he's trying to be so smooth. He's like, so, you like my castle? You know, you can live in it with me.
Yeah.
And this is, I want to say, my favorite villain in all the Final Fantasies by far.
Is this because he goes,
He has an amazing laugh, for one, but he's just, like, completely messed up in the head. He's, like, psychotic. He's like the equivalent of Shiragorath from Oblivion, Shivering Islands.
Oh, I miss Shiragorath. And the Lava Jack!
Yeah, exactly. So, or, what's the other assassin guy? The Jester?
Oh, Cicero from Skyrim.
Exactly.
I played the Dark Brotherhood. Yeah,
Exactly.
Cicero. I killed him, sadly. I thought about leaving him alive, but I killed him.
It was well worth it. I like going in and hearing his crazy commentary.
My second playthrough, I'll probably keep him alive. But I do like wearing a Jester outfit.
Yeah.
It is fun.
You can still get the Jester outfit.
But it doesn't say Cicero.
It doesn't need to. I don't see a name tag on the back of it when I'm walking around the game.
Well, either way, I think it has something to do about the bonuses that comes attributed to it.
So this is true. But that's why you just raise enchant.
Don't care. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Skyrim aside, easy to get distracted. Right now, basically, Kefka's trying to get Edgar to give up Terra, but Edgar's playing dumb. Why, we don't really know yet, but...
Edgar was one crying, right?
Yeah, no. Oh, yes, actually,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, it's a big cop.
Yeah, because their dad died.
Ah.
And basically, they did a coin toss, and
who would be the king?
Whoever won the coin toss would be king, and the other one would be allowed to do whatever they wanted.
Well, that's a win-win.
Yeah,
Win.
And basically they did a heads or tails thing, but they used a double-sided coin that was both heads. And so Edgar basically knew that Sabin wasn't ready for the responsibility.
Oh, so he tricked him.
And so he tricked him so he would be king to save his brother, essentially. Let him be the free spirit and let him take on the responsibility, even they were both young.
Well, wasn't that nice of him?
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's little more depth into the characters there.
Yeah, well, more than I would know. And he also got a badass castle.
Yes.
And I'm sure the other guy gets free reign over the chocobos and women, so...
Actually, the other guy left completely. They haven't seen each other in 10 years, as you'll find out a little bit later in the game.
Good story.
So,
Bro. She looks mad. Look at that face.
yep.
That's the most pissed off face.
She's basically looking down and pouting because she's unsure of herself.
Meh. I have amnesia.
But I was working for the Empire, but they say they're bad and Returner's good, but I have amnesia. I just don't know.
But I know how to make a sandwich.
Exactly.
So good. Kitchen? What?
And later that night,
What do I smell?
Edgar wakes up to find his castle's on fire. How they managed to catch stone on fire, I don't know. But
I've tried it. Gotta use netherite. What?
and here you have your...
Look at that, like a boss. Look at that face.
Here you have your Beavis and Butthead reference right here. The soldiers say, fire, fire.
I approve. And then we're gonna do it.
So,
Who is this guy? Soldier, yes sir. I like their costumes, like little Christmas elves.
yep. And this is where Edgar, like, abandons his castle like a boss.
Huh? Cheers! Ah! I love that. What is
How utterly delightful.
Who says ah? Oh, it's just...
Yep.
Good thing those chocobos can run diagonal.
I know, right? You can't make them do that. But
Okay, bye.
yeah. And this castle is actually a giant transformer. Submerge mode engaged. So this was the special thing about the tower. Another thing the NPCs will talk about is there's like kind of something special about this tower or this castle that you don't really know about, and you can actually go underground and everybody survive, and that's what they use to put out the fires and defend themselves against the Empire attack.
You know, it's kind of cool in Final Fantasy VIII, they reused this idea at holding a prison underground. That was a desert.
Mhm.
There was a desert prison in Final Fantasy VIII. Kind of around the same concept. So,
And here's the back attack. But since we put everybody in the front, everybody's in the back now.
whoa!
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's like you knew.
Yes. And they use a tech laser attack, which does a decent amount of damage. You can basically just auto-crossbow the crap out of this and win easily. But I do want to cast at least one spell, because you get an extra little cutscene, so to speak, here.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What's the matter? Look at that face.
Yes. Did you see what I just saw? Yeah, she's loaded for bear. No, dude. That was magic. M-A-G-I-C. Magic? G-God Wilkers!
That's awesome.
Yes.
Bro.
I don't know, I'm just a girl.
I learned it when I was on the moon. It wasn't on Earth.
Exactly. But this basically alludes to the fact that magic is extremely rare in this world. That's why all your characters aren't busting out like Fire and Cure for the most part later on in the game.
And except for these mech suit guys, which they're still sitting there just watching this conversation.
Well, the idea is the Empire's finding some way to infuse machines with magic, and nobody knows how, but nobody actually is able to use magic themselves.
Except for Terra.
Yes, and that's why it's such a oddity, so to speak.
Well, she's special in more than one ways.
Exactly.
And these mechs can't do shit compared to a crossbow.
Yes.
Good grief.
Thank God, though, because if they could do the damage of the crossbow, I would be dead in round one.
It's just, ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. Okay, bye, 2 hits.
And 2 potions, which is actually pretty nice for a fight this early in the game. Those are highly useful. They're almost like X potions at this level.
And then, you also stole some items, so that's good.
Yeah. I think I stole potions from them as well, so 4.
Son of a submarine.
Submariner. This is great. I've never ridden on a bird before. What are these things called? Is that a bird Persian?
Uncle Fady rides over to talk to her. It's genius.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Magic is the key to winning this war. Magic? What about the puddles?
There are no puddles.
Oh.
We're in the desert. Suck it up. That's how I feel. Oh, jeez. Whoa,
She's
Birdie.
like, what do you mean, suck it up?
You can give her a carrot. You gotta make the chocobo go faster. Well, we gotta get the gold chocobo first.
Yes, exactly. Then you can run over mountains and the ocean.
Oh, man. That's fun.
It's funny because they actually did put a Triangle Island type place in this game, too.
What RPG?
And it's almost the exact same location, too.
I'm sorry, but I've seen so many RPGs that have triangle setups now.
So that is it for our third installment of Final Fantasy VI. Will they make it to South Figaro in time? Will the Empire stop them in their tracks? Find out next time in the following episode.